All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Socially Unacceptable But Sober podcast. My name is Dino. I am an alcoholic.
I'm Jonathan. I am also an alcoholic.
I'm not alcoholic.
Jonathan and Matt and Dino.
Echoey.
It's echoey.
No, we're good.
What's up, guys? Welcome, episode 13?
13.
Lucky 13.
Should we just call it 14?
Well, we could call it 13.
Did I get that right there? There a lucky 13 right there? Somewhere?
Yes. Yeah, Lucky 13. It's official.
Wow.
It's on Matt's shoulder.
That's it.
Guys, welcome. Don't forget, follow, like, subscribe, share.
Share.
Feedback, suggestions, comments, the works. Jonathan's going to tell us how to do all that on social media.
Hell yeah, brother. We're going to talk about brother. You know, there was a comedian.
24-inch pythons, brother.
You ever seen a little kid that does stuff?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
funny
yeah,
as
yeah.
fuck.
There's a comedian that does the impression of like Macho Man. It's fucking great.
Oh yeah. So we're on the Instagram at Socially Unacceptable But Sober. Yeah, brother.
Snap into a sober, unacceptable podcast.
Subs Podcast 1.
I fucked it up.
Then we're at YouTube at Subs Podcast. We're on the TikTok, brother. That's right, brother. We're at subs.podcast1, brother.
It's
Snapchat
the first time you make me laugh.
and email. We're on subspodcast1 at Gmail, brother. So Rick Rowland and Jimmy Holden.
Yeah. Jimmy Holden.
Yeah. That's where we're at.
That's where we're at. You heard him. Macho Man Randy Jonathan over here.
Randy Jonathan.
Randy Idiot.
Again, guys, like, subscribe, share, follow. We got any comments?
We do, man.
Beautiful.
We had some comments, and we started off. Georgianne started us off. A great job, fellas.
Georgianne.
Sean G. Roy dressed appropriately with Commitment Inc. gear.
And the Cowboys shirt, by the way.
And the Cowboys. Chuck's saying, I'm still waiting for a one-time bro to start out with. There was this one time in band camp. Sending love from
Oh, that time I
Southwest.
shoved the flute up my pussy? Don't worry about it. I got you, Chuck.
It's still there.
I love Joe LeClaire. Says, I love drunk bowlers. Awesome job, guys.
Joey.
Lights the light.
Joey. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, brother. And then we got Ann Miller saying, good job, Roy.
Oh, that's cool. Thank you, Ann.
I believe that if I were to start drinking again, my disease would punish me for denying it for so long, and it would be ugly.
Oh, yeah.
My mother, another great episode. Keep
Mom Dukes.
sending out the message. Love Roy, his story, and most importantly, his cowboy shirt.
Yes.
Oh, mom's a cowboy thing?
Uh-huh.
Right.
Can't get away from him.
Either you love them or you love to hate them.
Lewis Cruz, great episode, guys. Roy's an inspiration. All the work he does in the district level.
Yes.
Just the thought of getting the money, been there. And then Roy did mention that the camera does add 20 pounds.
How many cameras did you eat that day?
There was like 10 cameras on me, bro.
I think to the face.
Oh, I got a little bit of camera stuck in my teeth right here.
Chris Buendo? Chris Buendo.
Oh, that's my boy from up north.
Your brother
Chris.
from another mother? Said, I know Roy was a real deal when he said he had to drink that beer in the shower. Thanks for helping share his message. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Keep it up, the good work. And that is Jay Gentile. Matt, is that sugar-free Monster?
Yeah.
That's right. We're all sugar-free.
That's right, buddy.
Yeah, fuck diabetes.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck diabetes.
Fuck diabetes, brother.
The one thing he says is fuck the monster.
That's it. That's what pointed out to him. That's it. That's it.
That's the comments?
Yeah.
Awesome. Guys, thank you again so much for commenting. Again, don't forget to follow us. Don't forget to like us. Don't forget to subscribe and share. Tonight is the topic night. It's where one of us picks a topic. None of us knows what it is. I don't even think the guy picking it even knows what it is at the moment.
Doesn't.
And
Doesn't.
and then we talk about it. And then later on in the show is our one-time bro segment. It's a segment where one of us goes back into time, picks a little story, a little war story. We make a little light of it. Again, I can't reiterate this enough. What we talk about is absolutely serious. Our recovery is absolutely serious. And if you need any help, reach out to us. If you don't feel like walking into a room full of strangers or going into a public place or whatever it is, you could always reach out to us for help. We got a guy, we can get you the help. Or if you know somebody that might need some help, let us know. Anyway, tonight's topic is sponsored by, I think, Matt.
Yeah.
What you got, buddy?
So I don't even know how to title it,
Summarize it.
but I guess like maybe self-delusion. And so I got to elaborate on.
Yeah.
'cause I don't even.
I need an elaboration.
Don't even sound.
Yeah, it's because it's not really close to your mouth at all. You know.
Put it close to your mouth.
How about now?
See, that sounds right. Sounds good. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so this is gonna be fucked up.
We switched seats. Yeah, so this is all.
So you know, like when you think you're doing your thing, and you're telling yourself how great you're doing, but meanwhile the whole world is falling down around you. You
Yes.
know, and not that anyone in this room could fucking probably relate to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've never
great.
done that.
Everything's great.
But you know, like I've been in this situation a million times prior to sobriety, but guess what? A million times in sobriety,
Absolutely.
and I guess that's like I'm gonna be all over the place with this one.
I like it though. I
That's
like it.
where a network is so important,
Pull-ups.
because if I'm not acting right, I got my people that are gonna know that, and they're gonna be like, "What the fuck are you on?"
Yeah.
You know. But I just really think that it's easy to get sidetracked by, okay, I'm living this life now, and I'm doing the right thing on the daily,
Yeah.
for the most part, right? So when things start getting fucked up, I turn a blind eye to it, because you know why? I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing this. I'm giving myself my resume.
Right.
I'm buying my own line of bull. Oh, Dave always says it, right? Half of my brain is selling shit, the half is buying shit. So,
How much?
Yeah, and I'm co-signing it.
Oh, yeah.
so you know, I've seen lately. I've seen it going on in other people's lives, which is really like for the last couple of weeks. This has been rolling through my brain. But then, you know, it's real easy to just internalize this and keep it about myself, and to think that, you know, just because I might be doing the right thing here or there, it doesn't justify, you know, doing all this other shit.
Right.
And then I'm blowing smoke up my own ass, and I'm giving everybody my resume throughout the day. Oh, look at what I'm doing, and I'm this and I'm that, and at the end of the day, what do I got to show for that?
Right.
You know what I mean? But
I do. I do.
So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I like the topic a lot because, like you said, I'm sure nobody in this room can relate to that. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh my God, like, so I've been there so many times that it's actually, because of all those so many times, it's actually made it a little easier for me to spot it
Yeah.
way before it gets out of control now, because it still happens.
Well, you know what? It's just like when Roy was talking last week, when all of a sudden he just, because he was ready.
Yeah.
And now you're ready. You're ready to be that new guy. You're
Right.
ready to see this shit.
Right.
But, you know, a lot of times I'll even lie about being ready.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to lie about saying, you know, man, I'm on point.
But are you lying, or do you actually believe it?
No, yeah, that's the
Yeah,
problem.
believe it.
Well, you lie so good, you buy the
Yes.
fucking lie.
Yes. Yes.
You know what they
Yes.
say? A good liar can lie to himself.
Yeah.
And fool
Believe it.
himself.
Yeah.
That's what makes him be a good liar.
You know
to
what's
somebody
crazy?
else.
I used to think about that. I'm like, shit, I don't even know what's true and what's not anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I've lied so much that some things I believe them. A real quick one. I used to tell people I went and saw Zeppelin one time.
Do you know if you did or not?
I've never seen Zeppelin.
He's not.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not
enough.
old enough. I mean, I was old. They were a band when I was alive, but I wasn't going to I was like 4.
He was just sitting in his diaper.
You know what I mean? And I swear to God, for a long time, like, did I go see Zeppelin? I don't even know. I lied about it so much I couldn't remember
believed
it.
it.
I couldn't believe it.
It comes so second nature.
It's
you
bad,
know?
dude.
It's like,
Well, and then the lines blur of reality and deception.
Yes.
well,
yes.
that's that web that the web of deceit that I wove in my life.
Webbed it up.
I webbed that
woved it,
shit.
webbed it.
I webbed it up, brother, and nobody could see through the bullshit.
Whip it up.
So I had
Rocket like this. I'm laying in bed right now.
It'll go all the way.
all the way through to the other room. You go visit Donnie for a little bit. So I used to talk about how much stuff, the stories I had with who, when, and why, and it was all about because I hated who I was, so I had to portray this image of that I was better as a cooler person than I actually was. Goes back to the whole thing of like not feeling like I fit in with anybody. Right. But even like you're saying now, like I'll catch myself, and sometimes I won't have to talk to you guys about it, but the dialogue will start like, bro, you could do this shit. Like, who gives it? It's totally legit. Like, yeah, you're struggling a little bit here. Yeah, skim a little bit off the top. Do a little of that. And I was like, whoa. Where is that coming from?
Right.
You know, one of the best times in my life, and this is going to sound so fucked up to say it out loud, but it came in my brain when you start talking. What the fuck?
We got more. We got plenty.
I'm not plugged into that outlet that much.
Plug it in.
I don't know if it'll reach.
Who did this?
That'll reach him.
It's not fucking.
No, he's going to plug.
I'm just gonna put music on the side here. It's like the technical difficulty music, like.
I'm sure they'd rather laugh and listen to us sound like idiots. Do I need new headphones?
I don't think so. No.
Mint.
Mint.
Yeah. So much for reclining back and feeling
Yeah,
like a
fuck
cheat.
this fucking bed chair.
You can lower it a little. God, there's so many dings and things.
God, dude.
Yeah,
You just throw it.
put it on the floor.
Oh, yeah. Stop dinging the dang ass.
That there. So what I was gonna say is, one of the
Stop hitting it.
So, go ahead.
this guy, that's the view, and put us in an echo chamber. What the fuck?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So one of the times it was easiest was when I became such a huge fuck up. Everybody knew it, so I just owned that. I didn't have to be a
You're
pretend no more.
the best fuck up you could possibly
I
be.
did- Listen, what
Yeah.
what else you want from me?
I'm a fuck up.
That's it. And I could wear that coat like a motherfucker. I ain't gotta lie no more.
No.
But then you want to get into this new way of life, and then I'm trying not to be a fuck up. You ever try so hard not to be a fuck up, and you fuck it up anyway?
Yeah.
That's the bitch.
Yeah.
Like you're doing everything you can to not fuck up
Yeah,
as you're driving into the brick wall to fuck it up.
But but you're right. But I was so ignorant, and that's the best word I can think of. I was so ignorant
It's a good word.
to like what was I was trying to do what I thought was the right thing.
Yeah.
And that's why it inevitably was a fucking disaster.
Because who the fuck knows what the right thing is?
Oh my god, it definitely wasn't me. It definitely wasn't me.
I remember right before the last time I relapsed, whatever you want to call it, after I got married. Actually, I was getting high before I got married.
Yeah, it wasn't a relapse.
But before the actual pickup was, I was doing everything, right? I was doing everything. And to me, everything meant just not picking up a drink and not picking up a drug.
Yeah.
And to me, that meant sobriety to me.
100%.
That meant that I was doing the right thing. That meant that I was a good husband. I was a good father. I was a good employee. I was
Top dog.
great.
Top dog.
But it talks about in all my affairs,
Yeah.
right? And that's the slippery slope right there. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to let go. This stuff is kind of, there's nothing wrong with that stuff. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't hurt me.
I'm not getting high.
I'm not getting high. I mean, this is what everybody wanted. This is also what I wanted, to not smoke crack and drink Jack Daniels like it's going out of style anymore.
Yeah, and where's your award for not doing that too? That's what I
I
was
will find that. I'll go find that and something else. Gambling.
Yeah.
I was betting on football. Like, I've been doing it for years. Like, I'm like, I've never
You know
gambled.
the spreads and
I've
shit.
never gambled, dude. I learned it so fast. I'm like, yeah, give me 5. I want the parlay here. Sorry, two grand.
Just take the headphones off.
$2,000 in the hole by the end of the weekend. Come on, man. I don't know what I'm doing.
$2,000 in the hole?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And
You went to it.
music, forget it. I bought a guitar. I gotta have all the guitars now. I'm
right.
sober. I'm not smoking crack. I'm not drinking. I have money.
Yeah.
I have a good job. I gotta buy another guitar. I gotta buy another amp. I have to go practice every single night, even though I have a kid and a wife at home.
Yeah. They'll raise themselves.
It's really easy to justify spending money once you get
Oh
clean.
yeah, man. And you're making it too.
Yeah.
I remember getting that job, and I like that you talked about the network of men, because at that time my network pulled me up. They said, "Hey man, you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?"
Good.
I'm like,
Bro,
"Oh,
can't
I
you
got-
see the 8 guitars I got in the back of my car? I'm great.
Forget about the 8
See all that
guitars.
sobriety right there?
You see my job? I'm top dog over here, bro. I was really making a lot of money.
Yeah.
But that's another delusion.
Yeah.
I'm making so much money. I'm
successful.
How could anything be wrong?
Yeah.
How could anything possibly be wrong? And everything was wrong.
Yeah.
There was nothing right with my life except for the hour and a half that I would go to a meeting.
Yeah.
That would be as sober as I would ever be in that 24 hours. Is that hour and a half?
Oh, I don't even know that I can say that about myself. I wasn't even sober going to meetings. I remember when I met, he was a sponsor of mine for a while, and when I met him, I'm like, I'm a fucking chronic relapser.
Yeah.
He said, you never relapsed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, what the fuck you mean? I relapsed about 855 times.
Yeah.
He said, you ain't never been sober, kid.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand that then.
Yeah.
You know, I was not ready to hear that because I didn't even know what sobriety meant.
Right.
You know, it's, you know,
We had
obviously-
clean time.
I didn't even have
Some.
Yeah, dry time.
Yeah, dry time.
dry
time.
time. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's only because I was either in a program or I was in prison.
Prison. Exactly.
You know, my amount of dry time on the street you couldn't dry a fucking dish with it.
Yeah. Supervised dry time.
So, you know, go ahead.
So I was saying, my network was pulling me up.
Yeah.
I don't even want to name names because I don't know if they'd be all right with it. But there was a lot of guys in my network, and they're like, "Are you okay? Like, you know, you're not coming to as many. We're not seeing you as much. We don't talk to you as much.
Yeah.
Just a lot of things that they would see physically on me, my attitude, pumped out, my ego. I'm making a lot of money, bro. I got a Cadillac. I'm making a lot of money. Come on, dude. I'm like,
True Italian goes out and buys a Cadillac.
yeah, dude, yeah. And I couldn't see it. I could not see it. And completely blind, completely delusional.
Yeah.
Self-delusion. I thought nothing could ever go wrong from here on out. I have life by the balls. This is what I always wanted. And the truth of the matter is, I never knew what I really wanted.
Right.
I never knew what I wanted. I thought I did. I thought it was all the outside stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I thought I wanted.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out that's not what I needed.
Well, and there was this guy that I knew from New York that used to say, kind of like what you say, I've got a life. Well, we all say, I got a life beyond my wildest dreams. And I would evaluate this dude. And I'm looking at this disheveled little bit of hair, you know, the car he's pulling up in isn't like, you know, a Benz or anything.
You're dissecting them.
No Rolex. I was like, this guy is full
Loser.
of fucking shit, man. I don't want the dreams, you know. Geez, he hasn't had the dreams
Keep
that I
that
had.
dream life. Fuck you.
Dude, John, it's so funny that you say that because the guy that I was working with in Stanford, what he brought to a table at a meeting, I was like, oh my God, this guy, he's amazing. He's amazing. Then I found out he's driving an unregistered, uninsured rust bucket Toyota, right? And he shares it with his wife, and you know, they both got to work and all this stuff. And I'm like, I thought I was supposed to want what you have. You know what I mean? I want what you talk about, but what you're living. And I remember going back to the rehab I was in because they would allow us to go. No, I was in the rehab at the time, and that we were able to go out. And I went to my counselor. I was like, "Yeah, I was thinking about this guy, but He was like, but what? He was like, did you ask him why? Did you find out anything? Or are you just judging him right off the bat? And I'm like, well, I guess I am judging him right off the bat. So the next time I saw him, like, you know why? He was like, well, I'm not able to get it back, but I have to work. I have to put food on my table. I have 2 kids. I got to do what I have to do. He's like, I hate doing it. And he said, that's why I never given you a ride home. Because if I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down by myself. I'm not going to take you with me. He's like, that would never be fair to you. And I'm like, would you be my sponsor? I was like, I want what you have, man. I want what you have.
I went on a retreat. What was it? Last year or the year before, one of those sober retreats down in New Jersey, man. And it's led by a priest, you know, and I got my own thing.
MT.
Yeah. MT. So I went down there and I went with Harry and a couple other guys, and you know, he does this. It's led by the priest. He does this spiel, and he started going over this list of things, and you know, a lot of guys don't hear the lingo or haven't been into treatment into a while, and he's talking about this old dude cognitive distortions, and I'm like, oh, this is hilarious, right? And then we start reading through his spiel on it, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is all exactly what I am with untreated alcoholism. You know, like, I am grandiose.
Oh, man.
I think of the world as black and white. You know, I future trip all the time. This is either going to fucking blow up in my face or it's going to be awesome.
Nothing can go wrong here.
Yeah, foolproof. Yeah, on mind reading, you guys are all idiots and you think I'm crazy. You know. And it was, you know, it hit home because it was really cool to have, and to anybody that's listening right now, if you've never gone on like a sober excursion, retreat, anything like that, like a real spiritual based experience, and if you feel like something might be missing out of your journey,
It's not for nothing.
give it a try.
Even though it's all sober men that go to that, it's not a sober retreat. It's a spiritual.
It's a spiritual.
Spiritual retreat,
Yeah.
Actually, no, you're right, because one of the guys I met down there, fucking Larry, I'm not going to say his last name, but he was a crazy son of a bitch. He brought a fucking 1/4 ounce of fucking mushrooms with him. And he was,
Well, yeah.
and he was bartering with us. It wasn't bartering with us, but he was trying to convince us why it would be a good idea for him. He knew he wasn't getting us in. I was like, you're stupid.
I like Larry. Larry sounds like my kind of guy, bro.
he's a crazy. Yeah, about 20 minutes of Larry, and you
Yeah.
get a little.
That'd be something I would have done back in the day. I'm like, I better bring a 1/4 ounce with me to the spiritual retreat.
Yeah.
Who
He
knows?
didn't
I
do
might
it.
get bored. Unbelievable. Self-delusion, though, man. Self-delusion.
And I think that we already talked about the network. And you know, I always like anytime we're talking, I always try to think how to bring it back to the person that's new or curious or that one eyebrow up thinking what you know what's going on here. And I think a lot of people underestimate the value of the network.
Oh, my God.
You know what
I
I'm
know
saying?
I did.
I did
Forever.
That's right.
This time I'm talking about, I was like, guys.
Back up. I don't even want no network. I don't want you to know who the fuck I am.
So, and I got a question for you guys specifically. A person asked me today. A person reached out to me for help for their brother, and
Charge him?
what?
Charge him?
No.
So far.
But I want to. This I think would be really helpful for if he does end up listening. You know, he's done 20 some odd years locked up, and you know, one of what this woman was telling me is that, you know, he just doesn't want to open up to people. He doesn't talk about it.
Got it.
And that's like a survival thing. Like, so what piece of advice would you throw out there? I said, listen,
Well, take a look at your life now and your life leading up to now.
yeah.
Try something different.
Yes, it's sad. How's it worked out?
What are you going to
How's
do?
it worked out for you up until this point?
You're going to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and expect something different to happen, and that's called insanity. That's an insane way of thinking, and I get it, though, dude. I completely get it. I'm never going to talk to these guys. I'm never going to tell these guys stuff. I'm going to the grave with 98% of my shit. And the stuff that I do give them is going to be a lie.
Yeah, like,
You know what I mean? I'm not even going to tell them the truth about nothing, but It changed my life, man. It completely, 100% changed my life. I have a life beyond my wildest dreams today. I've never had it so good. And it's because fear, period. I'm not going to sit here and call your boy afraid. I will talk about myself. Fear stopped me every single time.
Why don't you stop hitting that fucking table off?
He
Sorry.
loves the table.
Fuck
Fuck the table.
I won't put me in a straitjacket. I'll talk. Fear.
You're still trying to fucking.
All the time, fear. Fear stopped me from doing everything and anything. And it was stopping me from doing this.
Well, you know what you got to bring it back to also? Victim mentality.
Victim
But I
mentality.
guarantee you, homeboy has a reason why he can't get a job. He can't stay free. He can't
Right.
do this. He can't.
Right.
I guarantee it.
Remember John the cook used to say, it's not that you can't, that you won't.
Yeah.
And I used to hate it when he said that.
Because it's true.
It's true.
That's right.
It's not that you can't, it's that you won't.
Bro, let me tell you something. This is so ironic. I wasn't going to bring it up at all. But you said it, so I'm gonna. I tattooed a kid this morning. I got to keep it real loose because I don't want
Yeah.
him thinking that. But I met this cat, bro. He did 25 flat. And we got, I don't know how we got into the conversation. But like, he was speaking like somebody that learned from his time. And I commended him for it.
Right.
I let him know that I see what he's about. You know what I mean? So we had a real good little session while I was tattooing him. And I was like, man, you know how many dudes, and he could relate to what I was saying. You see a lot of guys, and your buddies, obviously one of them, we're going to go in and out, man. And you know what, man? I'm not learning nothing. I'm just bad luck, bad timing, whatever, unfair, this and that. Everyone's out to get me. And homeboy was like, you know what? I fucked up.
I fucked up.
And you know what? I know I own my shit. And man, he was articulate, man. He presented himself. I said, man, I can tell, 25 can make somebody crazy,
Yeah.
right? And you come out and they don't even know how to act.
You don't know how to live at all.
And this guy, man, he had his shit together. And I was like, you could only hide crazy for about 2 minutes with me before I'm going to see right through that bullshit. I said, man, I respect you.
You didn't waste no time.
He didn't. And I said to him, because I utilized this for myself, I could sit there and cry about all the wasted time.
Yeah.
But then I learned to say to myself, and I don't care anybody how much time has been wasted, because this is the thing. If you could turn it around, was it wasted? If you allow yourself to learn, flip it around, you ain't wasting it.
No regrets.
None.
Zero.
Listen, because if it wasn't for all my failures, all my fuck-ups, all my catastrophes, I would not be in this room right now.
You would not have the life you have today.
Not even a little bit.
And I say that. I don't regret any of it because I'm where I'm at today. And where I'm at today, I'm in love with my life. Like, I love my life. I wouldn't change this for nothing. So if I were to go back and change something, I wouldn't have what I have today.
Yeah.
And what I have today is valuable.
Yeah.
I still do have some regret. I can't front on that. Some people got hurt, man. Things got done. I do regret it, but I understand that, unfortunately, man, they were part of my story.
Yeah.
They were part of the process to get me here, and that's unfortunate. So I like to just keep that up front. I don't never like
course.
this gloss. You hear so many people gloss over. Man, I did that shit, man. I'm just an alcoholic, or I'm just addicted. That don't fucking justify
it don't make it
bro.
better,
That
that's
don't
for
make
sure.
it okay.
Yeah.
And I don't never give myself a pass for
Right.
doing those horrible things.
Right.
Because we always talk about the one time.
No, because you could think about it, and it'll hurt.
Yes.
No matter how long it's been,
Right.
It's still. When I think about my oldest son, like when I think about it more, I think about it all the time, and I'll get deep into it, and I'll almost start just like, damn, what a piece of shit I am, man. Like, God,
Yep.
don't go nowhere, man. Stays.
Yeah.
It stays.
And I think overcoming, my experience was with that fear that you talked about, like the fear of actually succeeding with this stuff. Like something that helped me was like I finally got to that point in my life to talk to somebody else about my shit because I had nothing left to try.
Right.
Nothing else worked, man. My way consistently got me on probation, in trouble, in a treatment facility. You know, and everybody else pissed off at me, you know, every time, every fucking time. I had nobody else.
You hear a lot of people say, I'm working my program. You will never hear me say that.
Yeah.
My program gets me the shit you just said.
Yeah.
The program gets me on track.
The one that I didn't make up.
I didn't write the book.
Damn it. You know how long I tried to write that? I want to rewrite it.
I think I did. I think I could do a better job.
Man, a long time. I was like, one of these days, I'm going to figure it all out. I'm going to come back. I'm going to tell everybody, follow me, guys. I found it.
I got the rest.
Never happened. But yeah, delusional, self-delusion, man. Oh,
So,
God.
you know, we talk a lot about character defects and things of that nature. And how do we, we pray on that. We do work on that to be relieved of these character defects. And, just because you'll get clean and sober, there ain't no guarantee you're getting rid of them shits.
No.
If you don't do the work, then guess what? Them motherfuckers they're attached
And the thing is, the work has to stay constant.
all the time.
Because I can't just work on this character defect and then be like, cool, done with that, and then go somewhere. Because they talk about that whack-a-mole, right?
Yeah.
I just worked on this one. This one's
Another one pops
boom. I'm gonna go over here, work on this one. While you're doing that, it's like, oh shit, this one.
Yeah.
Where'd you come from?
Right.
Yeah.
It's constant, man. You know,
And,
constant vigilance, man.
Self-delusion is one of them.
Yeah.
Me thinking I'm okay. I saw, I don't know if you call it a meme. I saw a picture of the fucking thing.
A Mimi?
A meme. And
Meme.
it showed one person looking at 100 people. And it said, I'm right and you're wrong. That's my life.
Yeah.
When it's everybody else, it's you.
Is that the song you wrote for your father?
Yeah. And that's what you could tell that guy.
Yeah.
When it's everybody else, it's you, bud.
Yeah.
You are the problem. I am the problem all of the time, period. There's no need to go any further.
Yeah.
I'm the problem.
And another thing he might be struggling with is how to shed that persona.
Yeah. The shit.
Man, I'm a lifer, bro. I got
Street.
20 years in.
Well, and you got to figure out ways to, to survive. And a lot of this stuff, I feel like became my shell. Like that's how I survived, this stuff. Yeah. I can't let you know about my emotions. I'm used to talking about other people and their bullshit. I'm not going to talk about myself. Are you crazy?
But the crazy thing is, you come hang out with us.
yeah.
We're saying no. We've changed our lives.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we're still just as crazy.
Yeah.
We still mess around. Like, we have a lot of fun. And
That's
like
what I
you,
said. We have more fun sober than we ever did.
but then
fucked
you
up.
realize, like, I'm hanging out with a bunch of felons just like me, but we're not destroying lives. We're not destroying our own lives. We're not going to court anymore. And it's just like, man, like these are my boys, man. Yes. Like, and like I don't have to go rob nothing with I got nothing to do except stay sober, get closer to God, and just rock with these guys, man. You know what I mean? And I appreciate when somebody finally becomes who they're supposed to be. Stop acting like one thing, trying to be another thing. Be who you are so I can figure out who the hell you are.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to love you for that. I'm going to love you for that. I don't care who you are, what you are. Just get there. Get to that person. Yeah. Get to that person. If you're a dude who can't break out of the
Armor?
Not the armor. Fucking Jesus, man. It's been a long day. Wardrobe.
When you break out of the wardrobe, who the fuck says that?
Listen.
Anybody's coming out
We're
of the
talking
closet.
about Richie, right? The way he dresses. I look at him and I'm like, I love it because he always matches
Everything.
Beautiful. You know what I
Styled
mean?
up, baby.
I used to be like that, but I was acting. I was acting, Mo. I really was.
Yeah.
Richie is really that person.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
likes his sneakers to stay nice and fresh.
This guy can't stop making
Yeah, I like those
hit
fresh.
that by accident. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? But I love Rich, man. I love Rich. Rich is my boy, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he's real. He is who he is.
Yeah, no faking there.
No faking. That's a real dude
can't
right there.
fake that.
You know?
You can't fake that.
So yeah, there's a couple of new
cannot.
guys. There's a couple of new guys in around right now, and it's like I'll hear them talking to a group of people here, and then I'll hear them talking to a group of people here, and then I'll see you here, and I'm like, I just saw 3 different people from you, dude. Like
The chameleon.
I was just gonna say, you know, just like when we were out there, we spent a lot of time and energy trying to perpetrate
Right.
someone that we're not.
Yeah.
Well, guess what happens when you come in the rooms? I'm gonna use a lot of time and energy trying to perpetrate who I'm not. And because that in itself, part of the self-delusion, I have to make my lies believable to you.
right
and me.
right.
And myself.
Well, that's easy. I'm so good at that. I lie to myself. I eat that shit up like fucking candy.
I remember I used to listen to what people would say in meetings and such, and I'd be like, okay, he said that, he said that, and then I'd like, my piece would be like a little bit of, and,
Yeah.
you know, like,
Change a couple words.
yeah, look at me. Look at me. I know what I'm talking about here.
I remember coming in and out, and always been like, yeah, man, I used to do this and I used to do that, and finally one day I literally said, I was never a big shot. I was a nickel and diamond
Yes.
petty thief. That's what I was, man. Why am I trying to build myself into a worse criminal? I was literally trying to build myself up into being like a bank robber.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Going back to this morning, I told homeboy, I said I nickel and dimed out there. I hustled. I was a crackhead 100 miles an hour.
The whole time.
I
sold crack too.
Yeah.
To myself.
A lot of it.
I was my best customer.
All the time. But,
Oh my God.
You know, it takes that level, though, to shed that
Yes.
self-delusion.
Yes.
That level of honesty about myself.
I want it off me.
I got to get it off me
heavy,
in order
man.
to move. You can't move with that on.
Okay.
That's a constraint. All these character defects want to keep me stifled.
Yeah.
They want to keep me still, and they want to keep me sick.
Yes.
Yeah, brother.
So
It's always after me, man.
Yeah,
Always
brother.
after me. Yeah. Snap it to a Slim Jim.
Snap it, Slim Jim, brother.
I used to do a really good Sancho. Man.
one night that I'm shaking my head at you and not this guy.
Oh. It's like a bad snare drum. What time did we start this one?
I don't know. You didn't have a.
Well, I
don't
looked
even have
over
a
there
clock
and it
on.
wasn't on.
Yeah, I redid everything. I unplugged everything. I redid everything.
It's probably that time.
Yeah, it's probably that time. I'd go with that time.
Yeah. So that's it. Self-delusion.
Self-delusions.
I'll tell you that time.
Don't lie
Yeah.
to yourself.
Self-delusion, man. Don't lie to yourself. And it says it in a lot of places, to thine own self be true.
That's right.
Now, I would come in and out, in and out, in and out, and I would never be true to myself, and I would definitely not be true to you.
Absolutely not.
Forget about being true. I can't be true. I can't trust. I can't let people know.
Because if you do, you're gonna hate me.
What are you going to think of me?
Yeah, what are you gonna
when
think
I
of
tell
me?
you that I'm not the big hustler I've been
Yeah.
telling you for years.
That I
What-
have
what are you gonna
robbed,
think?
cheated, stolen.
Yeah, I never did a bank. I never robbed a bank.
Just my mom.
What a relief it was to not have. Hey, man, I was just a crackhead.
Yeah. I'm like,
Garden variety drunk, as they say too. That
You know, man, I don't have to pretend.
garden
anymore.
variety, man. Garden
But
variety.
then you go from not pretending out there, you finally get that off your chest, then you want to come over here and pretend.
yeah.
You know? And this is the best, and then we got to switch off. But I was guilty of this, and I see a lot of people guilty of it every day. You come in, you're new,
Yeah,
you're hanging out with people that got time.
hanging out.
You're rubbing elbows with all these people with time.
Big wigs.
You forget you got 8 minutes.
That's right.
Oh, man, I'm hanging out with Jonathan. Fucking 5 years. I got Dino 10 years.
I got Matt time right now.
I got fucking 3 minutes. Yeah. But look at who I'm hanging with.
Yeah.
And I forget that I'm brand fucking new.
Yeah.
And you forget that they're just another bozo on the bus.
That's it.
And putting people on pedestals was bad for me because I remember one of my very first sponsors, man, Mike W, man, had like 9 years, right? I got him as a sponsor.
I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he calls me up. He's like, hey, man, I just want to let you know I went out last night. I go, oh, cool, man. Where'd you go? No clue what he's talking about.
No.
He's like, no, you don't understand. Like, I went out last night. I'm like, no, I heard you. Like, where did you go? Did you have fun? And
Yeah, it
he's
was a
like,
good
no,
time.
man. He's like, I picked up drinking and I bought some cocaine. He was like, and what I'm telling you is you need to find another sponsor. I'm like, oh, yeah. Hey, man, no, it's cool, man. You know,
Good
it is what
luck.
it is. And I get off the phone. I'm like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
What chance do I have if this guy can't, you know?
With 9 years, yeah.
9 years.
That's why I said you bring it back to that whack-a-mole. If you don't continuously work, you know? And that's not to say that with multiple years you're walking around shaking, but you can't sleep it.
You see him, you take care of him.
That's it. You
Period.
can't sleep it.
If my network pulls me up on it,
Listen to
I
it.
can't be like, no, you're wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Because when it's everybody else, it's you.
That's it.
You know what I mean? And before we end with that, going back to when I got
That's got to be on the shirt.
what is it?
When it's everybody else, it's you.
That's right. And it's the truth, though. It's the truth. Today, I think back all the time about when those guys were trying to pull me up, and I was like, I'm okay. So that was a huge, huge lesson for me. If somebody, another person, all it takes is two people to say something to me, and I'm like, I better start looking at that, man. I better start looking at that.
Yeah.
2 people.
Two.
What do they say,
Brother
right?
man from the fifth floor.
What do they say? It's a fucking. If one person tells you you're a duck, yeah. 2 people tell you you're a duck, maybe you think about it. 3 people tell you you're a duck, you better start quacking, motherfucker. You know?
It's true, man. Yeah. So that's it, man.
Real
Self-Delusion, guys.
Self-Delusion.
Again, follow, like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Any comments. If you need help, let us know.
You want to know something? You're so good at looking where you're talking. I've been looking at that fucking light pole the whole
How
fucking
you doing,
time.
light pole?
That's right, baby.
So yeah, all right. So we're gonna move on to this segment of that one time, bro, and I believe Jonathan is sponsoring that one tonight. Jonathan, one time, bro.
Jonathan.
The one time I spent a few nights in the tombs down in the South Bronx.
Beautiful.
Good time. So yeah,
How was the food?
bro?
He didn't have no food.
Yeah, they did. They gave me cheese sandwiches. It was just straight up cheese. Beautiful. In like wrapped bread. And I hate cheese. I hate cheese alone. I'm pretty sure I'm lactose
you know,
intolerant, but it didn't matter.
I have 2 good friends of mine that watch. And they love cheese. Shout out to my boy Paul.
Shout out to
Cheesy Paul.
Cheesy Paul. So I was in the grips of my addiction at this time. I was living in Eastchester with a hostage that yeah. And I was making a run, I was supporting a habit now for 2 people because I had that, I'm very generous and I'm like, hey, you should try some dope too.
You're holding it down.
Yeah, mainline it. It's the best. And so we, I'm supporting for 2, not financially, just like connection wise,
Yeah.
So I'm running down to the Bronx to pick this stuff up, and the guy that I used to run with had he worked for Con Ed at the time, and he worked the night shift. So remember we talked about the stripping copper times? Yeah. So like, God, my God, stripping copper when you're freaking dope sick is the worst. But he was working that night, and I need to prep our supply, me and my hostages supply for the next upcoming couple days. And he couldn't make it. And the guy, drug dealers are not that reliable. And he was like, yeah, the guy's not ready and I got to go to work blah, 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 blah. But he was doing, work in the Bronx. So he said he had gathered for everybody. He's like, if you come meet me on the job,
Give you some extra.
No, I'll give you the money. You go run into the house. You pick it up and then just bring whatever I need back to me. And then you got yours and you
Deal, buddy. You can count on me.
You can sure count on me, buddy. I will be there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I go down there. I meet my buddy on the side of one of the streets that they're parked in the Bronx, and then I go to the the spot, and This is the power of addiction. Bro, I'm waiting for the guy to call me back, and he's texting me. He's like, dude, the apartment building just got raided. And I was like, that's cool, I'll wait. So I'm like on the side of the fucking road at 11 o'clock at night.
Let me know when it's done being raided.
Yeah,
I'm waiting, man.
The only white boy sitting down in this project, you know. And I'm watching like the wagon leave and all the people leave, and I was like, all right, cool. Hopefully we're ready now. You know, we're good now. And he did. He texted me. He's like, all right, they're gone. I was like, all right, cool. I'll be right in there.
That's how it was in the city.
Yeah, fuck
They
it.
didn't give a fuck.
No. So I ran up, met him. I remember I met him in the stairwell. I got my 4 or 5 bundles or whatever it was, and I ran back to the car, got in there. And I'm not dumb, right? So I'm going to leave that spot, that immediate spot I'm going to leave. Well, you know, idiot, there's people watching the building because it was just raided. So I drove to my buddy where he was still working on the side, and I pulled up like probably 50 yards behind his Con Ed van, and I was like, all right, cool. I texted him, I got the shit.
Oh my God, you brought him his stuff?
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. I'm good.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there on the side of the road, and I'm like,
man.
and I'm like, I can see down the street. There's him. I got my rig out. I got all my stuff. I'm about to get right, you know. This fucking Honda Accord is rolling up right next to me. 2 dudes jump out of the window, and they're like, open up the door, open up the door, banging on the window. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I have this set. I'm like, you can wait, buddy. You can wait.
You're
you
going to
know?
have to wait, pal.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait. Well, better believe it. Once I opened that door, that was the undercover cops. They had followed me from the proyectos, ripped me out of the car, threw me in the paddy wagon, got all the fucking dope. And my buddy watched this all happen from the back of his Con Ed truck. And this was on a Thursday night, man.
You
So
are a dumb fuck.
I know, so dumb. As addicted. And I went to, so I rode around for like 2 hours in the back of the van, which I didn't really give a shit with. You know, we were picking more friends up along the way, you know. And again, I was half in a nod. But then the real trouble came. Like, I got to central booking, and I was like, oh, cool, more new friends, you know. And they put you in pens down there. Yeah, it's not like you're to a cell. There's like 50 other guys, and it smells. They call it the tombs because it's like starts 4 like floors underground, and you work your way up to like ground level. Oh my God. So I made it through the first night, and then the second night and the third night I was sleeping on concrete, shitting my brains out with like one toilet, man. One fucking toilet for like 50 dudes, bro.
good times.
Making connections in there.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah, dude.
bro, I'm gonna talk to you. when
Learning
I get
all
out,
kinds
'cause
of new stuff.
I need what you got, you know. Yeah, so that was my my one time I spent the weekend in central booking. I had to burn those fucking clothes, man. I got out of there. I couldn't. That smelled so. It was like, it's not even a smell you could describe with like regular descriptor words. It's like you'd have to describe it with emotions. It was like pain and despair and like, oh my God.
You ever smell it? Just be out and about, like, oh my God, that's.
No, I can't. I've never. I haven't even brought. I think that was a smell specific to the tombs, man. It was so disgusting because I'm sleeping on the floor. Everything I wore was like had a dingy color to it by the time I got out of there because I'm sleeping on dirt and the ground and like ass and like herpes and shit.
Good times.
I got released on a car Robinson in 09, right? And I went back in 24. Swell to say.
Yeah, dude. I always call him the big germ. That's what I used to call Whaley all the time. They'd be like, "Hey, it's got a Whaley." I'm like, "Oh, the big germ."
Yeah.
Yeah, they clean it so good in there. They get right on it with that hot, cold water they clean with.
Bro, if you gave me a job as like a CO down there and paid me like $200,000 a year, I still couldn't do it. Like that smell is singed in my fucking.
So I was in Whaley the last time. It was February. It was January of 2011. January, because that next whole month we had. I guess you guys got a snowstorm. It was like 4 feet. 4 feet in one shot.
Oh, the state got shut down for that.
The state got shut down, and the CEOs that were there couldn't leave, and the CEOs to relieve them couldn't come because there was so much snow. So these CEOs were there for 3 straight days, dude. You want to talk, dude? They weren't giving you toilet paper. They're like, no more toilet paper. Bro, you would see like sleeves of the t-shirt stuck in the corner all brown. Dude, the place. So I was like, oh my. I'm like, I'm never coming here again. I'm never coming here again. Did you stay sober after the Tombs?
Absolutely
Me
not.
neither. I didn't stay sober after that either. When
Dude,
I said, I'm never coming here again.
I tried to lose my attorney when I saw the judge. I walked outside. I'm in the Bronx, man, with no money, but I'm going to figure it out, you know. And man, I was on a mission, and I couldn't cop. I could not. But it wasn't long thereafter.
Back then, you could get like a fucking $3 bag.
Yeah. No, I couldn't. I had nothing. I had nothing. I didn't even have
Did you have
shoes.
shoes?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I see you can get rid of shoes, man.
Not these.
Doesn't even
Oh,
matter how
what?
much they look like.
Not.
I was in New Haven. I sold a used toaster.
With the bread
in
still
the
in it.
project, straight up.
Oh my God! All right, Jonathan's one time, bro.
Fucking terrible.
The Tombs.
Yeah.
That was
All
a
right,
good one, buddy.
that was a good one.
And you
man.
think you'd stay sober after that?
No, that's good times. How could you stay sober? Those were good times.
Hell yeah. Amazing.
Guys, don't forget, follow, like, subscribe, share. Your comments, they mean a lot to us. If you have any suggestions, something that you'd like to hear on the show, bring it out. We'll talk about
Celebrations
anything.
too, yeah. And if you got something,
Celebrations.
anything you want to
tell us your
rep,
Clean date. We got shouted out.
Shout it out.
Shout it out,
from the
baby.
mountaintops. So yeah, guys, episode 13
In the motherfucking bank.
in the bag. So all I have left to say is thank you for being a friend.
What the fuck?
I don't know why the fuck I played that song.
You got to edit that.
Thank you for being a friend.
Oh.